So, today we're going to make chicken and mushroom bakes. Now, this is normally something I would make with leftover pieces of chicken, you know, from the Sunday roast, but everything's ended up being a wee bit up in the air. I went to make my coffee melting moments only to discover I have no plain flour. So, eagle-eyed amongst you, I have got roast chicken for tea, so I had to very quickly think on the hoof, what can we do? So we had a quick look in the fridge and I had some pastry just about to go out of date. So this is ideal for when you've got a wee bit of chicken left over. So I've started it already, just because I was wanting these to cook down a little. So I've got 100 grams of sliced mushroom and just one small onion sliced also. And I've just literally cooked it down in 25 grams of butter and just a splash of olive oil just to stop your butter from melting. I've stripped a chicken quarter, so just like the leg and the thigh off the chicken. But if you wanted to just buy a chicken quarter, just cook it up in just a little water. And then we'll just show you what we're about to do then. So just add that to your mushroom and your onion. Oop, get that off my ring before it burns. Quick stir around. And then we're going to you're wanting this to be quite a thick sauce. So we're going to do a heaped dessert spoon of corn flour. In fact, I'm going to make it a dessert spoon and a half of corn flour because I really do want this thick. Now I wouldn't advise you to have your ring up quite as hot as this, but of course I'm just wanting it to come quickly to the bubble too. So here I have half a pint of chicken stock. Now I just took that from the chicken that was cooked, so half a pint of chicken stock, and I've just put a splash of milk into it just to lighten it slightly, and a teaspoon of stock cube. You know, like I'm using the vegetable stock cube, so sorry, I should have said half a stock cube, but I'm using a teaspoon of the vegetable one. Hope that made sense. As always, it'll be written up in the Orkney News. So just add that to this and then you're just bringing it to the boil. Hopefully it won't take too long because it is all nice and hot. It won't matter too much, I'm just wanting to be able to have a quick taste of this before I add some pepper to it. So that's absolutely fine. However, I'm going to just put just a touch of mixed herbs into it, only that's not mixed herbs, that's a bottle of water. One of the girls must be, see, you teach everybody to recycle things, they'll be cleaning that out for their milk, for their cup of tea, for their peas and things. Peas, that's your break time snack, just in case folk don't know what I'm talking about. So just a little bit of mixed herbs or some thyme or some rosemary, something that'll complement the chicken. And then that's just about to the bubble. A little bit of black pepper, not a lot, you don't want anything to be overwhelming the flavours of the chicken and the mushroom. Now you can see just how thick that's gone, and of course it's going to be going into pastry, so you're needing it to be very, very thick. The other thing that you need it to be is cold. So we're just going to take that off the heat, let it cool right down, and then we'll come back and make the pastry part. See you in a minute. Okay, so we've just got pre-rolled puff pastry. We're wanting puff pastry for this. Out onto a pre-floured work surface. I just flipped it there just so as you got some flour on the bottom side too. Now, don't worry, this is really thick looking. But the reason you're wanting it thick like this, I mean it looks a bit off-putting just now, but the reason you want it thick like that is because the mushroom and the onion will probably still give out some liquid, so you're not wanting it to be soggy. If you want, put some frozen peas and things in that if you would like it. Like I say, this one came about unexpected for us today, so we weren't quite prepared for it, so just basic cheese and mushroom for us. Right, you're just needing to cut this into 4.
Cheese and mushroom.
Did I say cheese and mushroom, did I?
You said cheese and mushroom.
Oh well, I meant chicken and mushroom. That's because I was thinking about doing another one another day with cheese and onion. So as I was actually just thinking that I'll maybe run through, maybe not every week, but I'll maybe do another few, you know, just put them different fillings and things, so like tuna or cheese and onion, maybe even some curry, you know, just the kind of things that you would normally have a bake with. Now, which way will I do this? Will I do it like that? Will I half them again? Yes, I think I'll just do it like that for easiness, just for space. If you want, just half them again, and then, in fact, I'll do one of each, and then you can decide. So, if we just start like this, you're just putting a spoonful into the centre. And keep your ends free. I'm forgetting I'm doubling this one over. I'm going to get myself in a raffle here, Kenneth. That's not like me, is it? Now, you will see quite quickly that you're going to have probably far too much filling. But that doesn't matter, because here's another wee tip. Whatever you've got left, just add some more chicken stock to. Put some frozen veg or whatever in it that you've got, and then serve it with spaghetti. And that's just another meal with whatever you've got left over. You know, how simple. You need to wet your edges so as it sticks. Then we're going to just fold that over like this way, and then press them down nice and neat, or as neat as I can ever be. And then I'm going to just give it a wee press just to space it out ever so slightly. Do it gentle though, because you're not wanting to go through your pastry. And then I haven't actually taken out a fork. Just use your fork for crimping. You'll get quite a surprise actually. These will puff up quite a lot, so they will look quite big when they come out as well. I think one's enough for an adult, but you'll know your family. I always say that. So as you can see, this one's almost like a Cornish pasty size. I know it's not the right shape, but it's not got the crimp along that end because we just folded it. So we'll pop that one onto. I'm putting on some greaseproof paper today just to stop it from sticking. I made mince ones a couple of weeks ago, and oh goodness, I was glad I wasn't filming those. But anyway, right, we'll just do one like this now. Again, just into the middle. And then we'll just pop, well, just maybe get a wee bit more on that one. Wet it again. And then over with its lid. Now if you need to, just stretch it as you're going, ever so slightly. And then these go into the oven for round about 35 minutes as well. Now the advantage for me doing it this way rather than just doing it the folded is that you can crimp it the whole way around, and I personally think that looks prettier, if you can get such a thing as a pretty pasty. Just turn it. That's the reason why you've floured your surface, just so as it doesn't, oh that one's going to come apart, just so as it doesn't stick. And then we've got one last thing to do. Now I'm using an egg wash tonight, but you can just use milk. Won't matter, but I've got plenty of eggs in the house, so I thought I'll just use an egg wash. But as you all know, I don't throw anything away, so if I've got any egg left, I'll just turn this into scrambled egg for my breakfast in the morning. Just cover it overnight and then turn it into whatever you fancy for your breakfast in the morning. Don't waste anything in this house. I try not to anyway. Right, we're just about there for these ones. And then there is just one final thing to do, and that's create a breathe hole, because you do not want them to be exploding whilst they're in the oven. So just a couple of slices, is that the right word? Cuts. Kenneth? Help. Slices? Cuts? Oh.
Slash.
slashes. Now that's a better word. Very Glaswegian. Kenneth John.
I'm not a Ouija.
So I'll finish the other two, pop them into the oven, and then we'll just come back once they're ready, and then we'll take them out then. So see you in a wee minute. Bye. Hey, we've just had 35 minutes and they look ready to me, so I love the smell of pastries. They always say they're not very healthy, but hey ho. We're not eating them all the time. And they certainly look a little bit bigger than they did when they went into the oven. So we'll just pop them onto the cooling rack off my cooker for a second, and then these fantastic lunches, yeah, how impressed is your other half going to be if you put them in their lunch for the next day? Serve it with potatoes, veg, whatever you want. In Scotland, maybe just some beans, but just whatever you fancy. As always, like I said, you'll find the recipe on nortonynews.scot, and if you like what you see on YouTube, just give us a wee subscribe and tap the wee bell so as you get notifications when we're putting new ones up. And just before I forget, I don't think I put in the temperatures. So it was 180 degrees centigrade, 350 Fahrenheit, gas mark 4 for 35 minutes. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. Bye.